In the third act of Thornton Wilder's play, Our Town, Emily Webb returns from the dead for just one day, and she cries out to the stage manager in frustration as she sees her family mindlessly racing through their lives. She says to him, "Does anyone ever realize life while they live it every minute?" And the stage manager thinks for a moment and he says, "No. Saints and poets, they do some." You know, it's probably a good bet, my dear classmates, that not very many of us are saints. But we are poets. And today we celebrate our recognition as masters. Masters who have achieved distinction in the art of writing stories of the lives of people we have known and telling the adventures of characters that we have created. We wear academic gowns to celebrate the hours we have spent, sometimes like the Lady of Shalott, not knowing what the curse may be. And so we weave steadily, and little other care had we. We are awarded today for words that flew the web and weave steadily, and floated wide, and lines that chanted loudly, chanted lowly. But more than words, more than lines, greater than stories, we are called masters today because we have asked of ourselves and of each other that we realize life as we live it every minute. And if this has not always succeeded as we might have wished, then it's least, as Wilder might suggest, we did some. As writers, we have a special facility to realize life, because we so often stand outside of it, observing, reflecting, wondering about shoes and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings. It's that quality of standing outside, the mystics would call it ecstasy, that makes our work so significant. You see, in ecstasy, the mystics would feel that they had made life stop for a minute. Actually, the word itself is based on two Greek words, ex and stasis, to stand outside of life long enough to savor it, to enjoy it, to realize life. The mystics would enjoy a moment. Maybe it's best expressed in another Greek word, kairos. Kairos means the right time, the opportune time, the supreme moment. It's different from chronos in Greek, which is clock time. And this is what we have worked so hard to become masters of, the art of kairos, the practice of ecstasy, of standing outside of it. In our nonfiction, in our memoirs, in our short stories, our novels, our poems, we've tried to stop time just long enough to step outside of it. We've given life flesh and narrative and image, incarnating our experience so it could be enjoyed by a world hungry for food for the soul. In this ecstatic experience, we have also come to realize that mysticism is the doorway to justice. In Kairos, the Greeks believed that they were shown the face of God. As you and I realize life every minute, we come to know that we are deeply connected to all living things. We see that tapestry of the world that is woven from compassion and concern for the well-being of every creature. Perhaps that's why Thornton Wilder said, only saints and poets can realize life. Saints, it said, are given the vision of God. But to us, the poets, are given the ability to hear and describe the cries of those who are in pain, the capacity to see and to tell the stories of joy and of happiness, To us is given the desire to feel and relate what it means to be human. And in doing these things, we writers, like the saints, are also given the glimpse of the face of God. In that glimpse, perhaps we know what the divine asks of us. In the book of Micah in the First Testament, we're told that God only wants that we would love with tenderness, act with justice, and walk with humility. And these, my dear friends, are our challenges now. My classmates, my colleagues, faculty, mentors, friends, family, the world needs us to realize life as we live it. And masters of fine arts, the world needs us to capture life, to write it down. All of us who will carry the name of Antioch University, the world needs from us kindness, justice, humility. Today is a day of ecstasy and joy. Our world stops for an afternoon, and we seem to stand outside of ourselves, looking at accomplishments of the last years. And so now to all of you, saints and poets, it's time to enjoy our kairos, our right moment, with a deep and lasting feeling of connection to our university, to our family, to our friends, and most of all, to each other. Thank you so much.